are the proletariat. Our work is never finished.
When it rains, it pours. You there! I don't know you. Why are you in my lab? Oh, is it? Really? It looks perfectly fine to me. Clearly something went wrong here, don't you think? An astounding observation. Just groundbreaking. Sorry. I'm a bit on edge. I'm still trying. But the documentation is missing, and as much as my father wishes I could magically be as brilliant as my mother, I just... Anyway... Who told you? Never mind. Yes, I am indeed Audrey Stoltz. And you are a sore thumb sticking out in my lab. Great. Introductions are out of the way. You know, there's enough chaos around here as it is. With the machine being broken, the clutter everywhere, and the electrified lunatics roaming about. So, unless there's something you're here for, would you kindly get the hell out of my lab? What's this? Oh, the blueprints! Fantastic! Did my father send you? Are we hiring outside help for the mailroom now? Never mind that. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that I finally have these. Sure is. Biologically, anyway. Can't say he's ever acted much like a father. Nowadays, he's more my boss than my dad. A boss that keeps interfering with my professional and personal life. Anyway, you were saying? Well, the name says it all. It used to be a machine that did the weather. You know, monitoring it, controlling it, just the usual stuff. I think we picked it up as a way to sweeten the pot when my father was getting the board to approve this vault. A bit of nepotism later, and here I am. My father refused to listen when I told him my talents are wasted on this machine, but... in the end, the research fell off after the bombs fell. Later, we found a very important reason to look into it again, of course. Which I'm not really comfortable sharing more on. Sorry, we did just meet after all. To summarize, this machine is important. My father wants it fixed, and I'd very much like Father to stop pestering me about it. Yes, yes. Very excellent parcel delivery. Off with you, then. Actually, wait a moment. A helpful minion could be quite useful. Could you give me 2 seconds to read this? Here's a little reward for you. Count your bottle caps while I go over these blueprints. Come back when you're ready for more work. Perfect. The blueprints specify the exact part we're looking for. Well, I could use someone with outdoor experience for starters. Based on your skin condition, I'm guessing you're not from around here. That means you walked here. You're perfect for the job. Believe it or not, the Shenandoah Visitor Center has a device for monitoring the weather. While vastly inferior in complexity, it contains parts that you won't find out of any old toaster left to rot. It won't be a perfect fit, but even if the part is remotely close to the one that broke, I should be able to do some modifications to make it work. I'll analyze these blueprints more and do some research ahead of time, just in case. That just leaves you with the task of actually fetching it. If you don't mind, that is. Maybe. There's a lot more to it than just that. You're years behind us on this, so let's just ease you into it for now. To set your mind at ease, we're working toward not just fixing the weather, but possibly even the lost themselves. You'll see. Just bear with us for a bit. We could really use your help on this. That kind of thing is not uncommon for a national park this size. They had lots of tourists coming and going. Inclement weather would mean closing down some trails, or the park altogether. Anyway, that's the past. Doubt the park rangers have much use for it now, right? So, will you grab it for me? More than read. Study. I'll need some time to understand how the entire machine operates if I'm gonna modify it to make the part work. Unless you think they're ordered out of a catalog weather monitoring system uses the same exact parts as our top secret state-of-the-art tech. Sorry. I understand you're putting yourself at risk here. Believe me, this is important. Thank you. The visitor center is just north of the manor, on the cliff. It's probably completely abandoned. The building isn't too big, so you should be able to find it easy enough. Once you have the part, come back here, okay?
Oh, who are you? Don't hurt me, please. Whoa! Oh, who are you? Don't hurt me, please. I'm Kevin. I used to be a park ranger here before the bombs dropped. Well, I'm not sure I'm fit to be a ranger or whatever this park is transformed into these days, though. But, you know, the uniform is comfy enough, I guess. I live in a bunker just outside. Actually, wait a second. We got a little more pressing issues right now. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, that's a relief. Well, it's not here. It's back in my bunker. There's a bit of a problem, though. The door to my bunker got jammed from the inside, and I got locked out. I just went out to get some essentials. I rarely leave the bunker. Of course, I had to lock myself out when I do. Anyway, good news is, there's a second entrance in the basement of this building. Bad news is there's a bunch of weirdos in there now. I don't know who they are or what they want. I've never seen them before. But they did not seem the friendly kind, huh? I just came in here minding my own business when I heard some creepy chanting and talks about some Alex sending them here for a sacrifice. I panicked, and I locked them in. I don't think they noticed, but I bet they'll be real mad once they do. The kind of sacrifice you and me would make for. Human. They looked heavily armed. I didn't dare get any closer to find out more. You've got yourself a deal. Come and let me know when they're all, dead.
Mothman, I join you in eternity.
I stopped hearing screams, so I came through, to check on you, yeah? And I wasn't sneaking off. Well, it's been my home ever since the bombs dropped, and I am really not in the mood for finding a new home. Never seen them before. Whilst they were locked up in there, I could overhear some of their conversations and chanting, though. They kept bringing up a moth an awful lot. Well, the radiation must have been too much for them. They also kept on and on about some big ritual and how some Alex had sent them here to help. Either way, I'm glad they're gone, and I hope this Alex person won't send any more this way. Oh, well, maybe we should have kept one of them alive, you know, to pass on the message. Well, hindsight's... If I knew where they were. I'm the last one around here as far as I know. But, to be honest, I prefer my own company anyways. A deal's a deal. Follow me. I'll show you to my bunker. The machine is in there. Well, the machine you're after is just over there. I mean, it's pretty hard to miss. Thanks for, helping me out getting back here. I'd ask what you need.
Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
Did you find the part we're looking for? What a relief. I must admit, I was a little unsure there would be any machine left to rescue parts from. I hope I didn't get you into too much danger to retrieve it. I knew you would be a good fit for the task. But that aside, I never heard of any cult in these parts. Then again, I never heard much about any cult in general. My father kept me fairly sheltered. Quite literally. I wonder what they were doing there. Alex? No, she couldn't be. Sorry, I knew someone named Alex. I never found out what happened to them when the bombs dropped, but it must be someone else. Would you mind getting the part in place? It should be pretty simple after my modifications. All the connectors are standardized now to fit a regular part. I do it myself, but I just need a minute to gather my thoughts. I mean, equipment. I'll be right there.
Vault Tech representative is required to de-escalate the alert. power is needed.
Got my equipment together. Let me see how you did in placing the part. Passable. You forgot to hook up a few of the connectors, but a solid attempt for a first-timer at weather machine repair. All that's left now is to get a scan of my mother's eyes. She is the only one in this vault authorized to override security checks when we reboot it.
Audrey! Audrey! I thought I heard your voice in here. Oh, and our new friend is with you. Good, we might need you. We have an emergency. Your mother. She's gone.
What do you mean, gone? I thought she was in stable condition.
No, not gone like that. She's not in her room. Someone has taken her. They've left a note. Oberlin read it out to me. Some gibberish about a Mothman. Alex? In a cult? Oh, that can't be. I took care of her.
What did you just say?
Nothing, my dear. I misspoke.
No. You definitely said I took care of her. Want to elaborate on how you took care of her father?
Okay, look. I didn't intend for you to find out, but she was a risk to your future and that of our family business. I had to ensure you would stay here with us. I only did what I had to do.
Why am I not surprised? I had a feeling you were behind her disappearance. How was your own daughter's happiness ever a risk? Every single bit of my life has always been dictated by you, and I have been miserable for all of it.
Now, that's not true. You've always loved all this tinkering and such. All I did was make sure you were safe and would focus on what's important. The family business. And look around. Look how well it has worked out. This machine you've helped build and maintain. It's a true masterpiece.
Are you delusional? Look at us! Look at those mad lost running around! Mom is in a coma, for God's sake! How has any of that worked out well? I cannot reason with the unreasonable. I need some air to process this.
She'll come to her senses. There's always a flair for the dramatic. Takes after her father, I suppose. We have more important business to discuss anyway. We need my wife back. Pronto. And you've more than proven yourself capable of that task. So please, I could use your assistance. Oh, that stupid letter is what got us all into the situation in the first place. I should be telling you off for putting your nose in what's none of your business, but I think we have long passed that point. Cassidy and I were shocked to read the note. Such vulgar language. To think she is well read is beyond me. But enough of that. Back to your assignment. As much as I'd like to trust Audrey, I had to make sure she wouldn't turn against me. Cassidy had to authorize any major changes or security checks to make sure Audrey is keeping on the right track. Thinking of it, it may have not been the best idea to only have one person authorized to do all this. Well, it's done now, so you better get going before they kill her. We don't have time to get into this. She was a bad influence on my daughter, a threat to the family business. I had to protect the business, and most importantly, Audrey, from her communist ideas. Now can we focus on the real issue at hand, please? Wunderbar! Getting this machine repaired is in everybody's best interest. Now, the note left behind mentions something about an old abandoned mine. I remember there was only one within the park. Nearly purchased it at one point for some... actually, that's not important. Try and blend in as one of the cultists. I fear they may harm Cassidy if they spot an intruder. Find where they're keeping her and get rid of Alex. I expect you to do a better job than the last person I sent to deal with her. Disguise! Don't become one of them. But yes, that is the brief in a nutshell. Knew I could count on you. Now you better get going. I will deal with Audrey. Meet me back in the atrium when it's safe to get my dear Cassie. I will send out some people to transport her back safely once you've completed your mission.
Audrey is trying to fix the weather machine? You're back. Were you able to secure Hilda safely?
You should have arrived a few years back.
My bar for questionable has been raised quite high in my time here.
Accidents.
Care to elaborate? Reckless. Perhaps a necessary step in seeking a cure, but to do so alone, with the region and the state it is, well, it's good you were able to arrive there before she'd gotten herself killed. You're more capable than I had assumed. I'll make sure you're suitably rewarded for your effort. Take a moment to dust yourself off, but report back to me soon. I have another job for you. This one's a bit more delicate than the others. You're dismissed.
Don't you be starting a chain around here. We got a system, and it works, damn it.
Well, if you're ready, I'd like to brief you on a highly classified matter. To be frank, you are among the few here that I believe I can share this information with. Though I suppose that's not saying much. I have not been entirely honest about my role here. Not to you, nor other members of the Vault, Hugo included. I am Lieutenant Colonel James T. Oberlin, United States Army. Actively, not formally. I remain in contact with him to this day. I suspect that's for good reason. There's much about how we operate that civilians aren't privy to. And like I said, for good reason. Originally, I was to oversee a government-funded weather research project. One that was shut down and then ultimately scooped up by Mr. Stoltz. While I was never exactly an expert on the subject, Mr. Stoltz found my experience with the project important for the transition. That project led to the development of this very Vault's weather machine, and ultimately our current predicament. I have remained in contact with my associates in the Army ever since, reporting the good and the bad. Not quite. When I signed on with Mr. Stoltz, I made it clear where my allegiances lie. He did not seem concerned with this. Whether or not he realized that I would maintain those allegiances long after the world came crashing down, well, that's not my concern. Not long ago, I dispatched a member of my team to pass along my findings to a drop site I've been using over the years. Unfortunately, he has failed to return, and I fear the worst. Daniel is a good man. It's important we bring him home, if still possible. There's also the matter of the report, and whether or not it had been passed along, or potentially fallen into the wrong hands. Information on the weather machine, the storm, the Lost, and Mr. Stoltz's recent activities. If things continue to accelerate as they are, I may end up requesting additional support. It's imperative they be made aware of what's happening. No, Daniel is part of the security crew hired by Mr. Stoltz, but he is still a member of my team. While I wasn't able to select my team personally, I have come to trust each and every one of them. It pains me not knowing Daniel's condition.
You reckon that storm is gonna get worse or better?
Thank you. The drop is located at High Knob Tower along the western perimeter of the park. We haven't had trouble with that location so far, but there is a chance that the Lost have overrun it. Or potentially some other party, drawn in by the allure of the storm. Either way, you're going in blind. Be prepared for the worst.
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.